welcome to the Enterprise World magazine. Today's guest is an innovative technologist and visionary entrepreneur who's redefining how artificial intelligence is transforming industries across the globe. With a deep commitment to innovation, automation, and human-centric AI, he has built a platform that empowers businesses to harness technology for smarter, faster, and more impactful outcomes. As the founder of TheNoah.ai, Akash Sureka has led the company to become one of the most promising AI-driven solution providers, helping enterprises integrating cutting-edge technology while creating meaningful value. Please join me in welcoming one of the most influential tech leaders powering innovation to watch in 2026, Mr. Akash Sureka. Thank you so much, Akash, for joining us and welcome to the show.
Thank you, 𝗵𝗏. Glad to be here and looking forward to talk with you.
Oh, it's our honor. So let's begin with your journey. What inspired you to venture into AI and technology, and also what motivated you to start TheNoah.ai?
Sure. Look, I've come from an entrepreneurial background anyway. I founded, a couple of firms. One of my firms were acquired by Persistent Systems, and also technologists by nature, as you know, moved into business roles. And AI wave came in, right? In fact, one of my first startups in 2011 was also AI. And we were ahead of time that point of time. We were nominated as top technology pioneers by World Economic Forum, but we were much ahead, right? Now, this was the right time, and a lot of businesses, a lot of consumers are looking to use AI, are using AI for the benefits, which are personalized to their own nature and requirements. So I think this was a perfect time, and I think this was one of its kind time, for any entrepreneur to kind of build something, right? Because it's such a creative technology that a lot of things to do around it. In fact, there are complications as well, but that's where engineers can think more. And as a combination of engineer and the business guy, you also look out for opportunity, right? So I thought this is a perfect time to look out AI as a foundational base, because a lot new things will come on top of it as you move forward, right? Both in the hardware space, software space, and things like those. I think the world will be a very different world in next 4 to 5 years with the artificial intelligence, the way and the speed it is going. So I thought it's a perfect opportunity to go after it. We specially chosen B2B space because we thought that's where there's a lot of problem for adoption. At the lowest cost, fastest speed, easiest way, and still get the outcomes, and there are a lot of complications around it. So I think, and that's a huge opportunity also at the same point of time. And in last sort of 15 years out of my 30 years, I've been working with a lot of enterprises and companies of all sizes, and we know a lot of their problems across their workflows and so on and so forth. So we thought it's a perfect time to use my competency, to use my team's capabilities, and go after that opportunity with AI. So I think I couldn't look for any better time than this to build one more company. So
that's excellent. So you've led TheNoah.ai through rapid evolution of AI and tech landscapes. So can you share with us some defining moments or turning points that really shaped the company's direction?
Yeah, I think one is the AI evolution itself, right? I mean, if you've seen, AI has moved from classical AI, traditional AI, to generative AI, to agentic AI, and a lot more things coming around robotic AI, physical AI, embodied AI. I can go on, right? So I think the evolution of AI as a technology, and then the whole support system around it, whether it's infrastructure, hardware, talent, and so on and so forth. So that itself was a defining moment, right? For something, for somebody like us to look at, to go into that space again, right? And obviously then we met a lot of our potential prospects, I would say, before we even started the venture, just to understand, what kind of problems they're going after, right? So I think as we understood those problems, that was another defining moment for us, right? Because unless you understand those problems, what you want to build on top of it, then sometimes it may have a sort of a conflict when you come out in the market, right? So I think, and then getting a lot of validations and feedbacks on the go, because we've been in constant touch with them, and getting that perspective, hey, are we moving in the right directions, and so on and so forth, and then eventually getting the right team to do it, right? And I've been always a believer of young folks combination with experienced people, and I think we chose that path, and we got brightest folks to work with us on the platform. And I think that's another defining week. If you don't have the right team, how would you even build it, right? So I think those were a few defining moments in the context of my new venture, and that really helped us a lot. And obviously, we're getting recognized by the enterprise world. We're getting recognized by many other sort of awards. I think for the innovation, what we're going after, I think all those moments are very special for us this time. So
that's wonderful, and many congratulations on coming this far as well.
Thank you.
Yes. So your leadership demonstrates a blend of technological insight and business acumen. So what are some of your core values or personal philosophies that really guide your decision making as a tech entrepreneur?
Yeah, I think thankfully as a tech entrepreneur, and then obviously having that business acumen, I think the first principle is thinking as an engineer, right? Going from the basics and making sure that it really works or not, as opposed to bloating it out, right? So really kind of getting into nuts and bolts of it, and thanks to my previous experiences on coding myself and building large systems and so on and so forth. So I think my personal philosophies of building it bottoms up, right? Having your own hands-on into it as an engineer, even in the previous days, and then kind of marrying the opportunities, right? I think it's very important to marry the innovation with the opportunity. And then as a personal philosophy, I always believe that innovation needs to have an impact. Most importantly, innovation should have a business impact, right? So I think those kind of philosophies have always helped me to kind of guide through that innovation, technology, and business, right? All coming together for the betterment of the stakeholders in the company, whether it's employees, customers, investors, and so on and so forth. And thankfully, with last 25 plus 30 years experience, I think that has helped a lot personally as well to kind of make sure that you are in that sort of an ecosystem to get that benefit, right? So
that's fantastic. So the AI sector is highly competitive and it is also rapidly changing. So in your view, what differentiates TheNoah.ai from other AI solution providers in the market? Like, in short, what is your USP?
Yeah, so look, we are, we're fully zero code, by the way. So that the business users, including non-technical users, can benefit from AI, right? We have come with pre-trained use cases. We have pre-trained models, we pre-trained agent templates, and so on and so forth, and insights. So what happens is for companies, because look, companies have various use cases. They have tech users, they have non-tech users. I mean, if you go in a manufacturing company, obviously large companies may have a good tech team, but maybe a smaller mid-sized companies may not have sizable tech teams, right? They may not have AI teams and so on and so forth. But so we didn't want any company of any size to lag behind leveraging the benefits of AI, right? Now, to leverage the benefits of AI, and AI is a complicated piece of technology, right? So how do you abstract that with zero code, right? As an example, so that it allows companies to think faster, innovate faster, experiment faster, adopt faster, anything related to AI for any of their day-to-day use case, right? Essentially, companies are into their day-to-day business, day-to-day use case, and they will look for benefits. They don't care what technology is coming behind it, right? To be honest, right? So we are kind of world's first company to be fully zero code around it, right? Earlier, without our platform, some of our prospects clients were taking months, actually years, by the way, to do a lot of experiments and innovations and so forth. With our platform, they're able to crack that out in a few hours and days now, right? We're kind of scaling a lot of stuff using our platform for those companies across various use cases, right? There is manufacturing, retail, healthcare, sales, finance, supply chain, and things like those. People are able to visualize the benefits and outcomes from day one, right? They could quickly launch, they can see the outcomes, they can actually feel, it's like touch and feel, right? When you go and buy and you like what you touch. It's similarly with AI, there were a lot of confusions and hypes, as you rightly said, a lot of crowd over there. Many companies don't even know how to use it, even though there's a lot of supply. But from a demand standpoint, companies don't know how to use it, right? What's the benefit? Whether I should even buy it before I know what's the benefit of it, right? And that goes into those vicious cycles, right? Of trying and seeing the no results out of it. So which is where we are the world's first company helping companies to adopt, experiment, innovate AI fastest, cheapest, and easiest. We also differentiate, by the way, on the infrastructure requirements. Net off using a platform, if it was taking $1 million infrastructure with us, it might not even take $100,000 of it, right? As an example, that's a substantial reduction because that's the way we build the platform. So a lot of these companies who are now wanting to try AI are also cost sensitive, right? Because a lot of people have tried and a lot of people have failed, right? So now in that case, you want to try at the cheapest cost, fastest speed, and the easiest way, and yet have those outcomes, right? Which is where we are saving on infrastructure, we're saving on time, we're saving on a lot of talent, manpower cost. You don't require a 100 people team to do AI. They can do it with one people, not even one people now, by the way, with our platform. So all those eventually also have an impact on energy, right? So the moment infrastructure goes down, the energy requirements go down, right? Otherwise, with AI, you will just keep on consuming so much of energy that we may be blanked out sometimes. We may not have energy for ourselves, right? Which is already going out there. So I think all those factors we built, putting in the platform, and which makes us very unique, by the way. First of its kind on the on the planet, to do things what we're doing for the companies, to make their life easier, completely abstract the complications of the AI technologies, and go faster and reap the benefits of AI and business much faster than they could earlier. So
that's phenomenal and exceptionally pioneering, because definitely
so
I
much.
think, yeah, you are defining innovation right now. So that's great. So beyond technology, you emphasize creating solutions that have a meaningful impact. So how does that philosophy influence your company's culture, client relationships, and also the product development? I think you just explained it right now, but if you could just elaborate.
Absolutely. Look, when I started my career as an engineer, it's a lot of like technology oriented, right? But as we moved into, I moved into a lot of other business roles and started handling business around sales, marketing, business development, getting more clients. I think it was super important to marry technology with what customer wants, right? And I think my philosophy of being customer obsessed have continued for many years, since last 15, 20 years when I moved into business roles as well and talking with customers directly, right? So I think from the culture standpoint, we are highly customer obsessed. We think about customer first and put technology behind. In fact, that is the same culture we have adopted in the platform also, by the way. So the platform does not talk about technology first. It talks about business outcomes, use cases, workflows first. And then we marry technologies behind it as may be required. The right AI technology, as opposed to retrofitting one AI technologies across all of them, which does not make sense, right? So I think our culture of being customer obsessed has flown into our own teams when we build our products, our features, the way we have built a product as well, and so on and so forth, right? And then any technology innovation to have business impact and just not impact, right? So I think both of them impact. Obviously, we are helping companies to reduce energy, to reduce manpower, to reduce cost, to reduce infrastructure, and so on and so forth as much as they can, and go faster. But at the same point of time, we're giving a lot of other benefits and advantages as well, right? So having that business impact of reducing cost, improving the productivities, going faster in the market, and so on and so forth from the client standpoint or customer standpoint. I think marrying those philosophies, culture is very much ingrained, in our company, in our teams, and the way we think about everything what we do on a day-to-day basis. So that has helped us a lot, and thanks to past experiences, to be prepared for us to be prepared from day one to do all of those things, by the way.
That's terrific. So as a founder, you faced a lot of challenges of innovation, like scaling, staying ahead of industry trends. So how do you sort of balance ambitious growth with sustainability and also long-term strategy?
Yeah, I think in many times innovations and basics, which region you're based off, right? Sometimes you're in a region where it is not capital intensive for innovations. In some regions, you have capital available for a lot of innovations, groundbreaking innovations, right? So I think you have to be mindful of where you are and be mindful about what kind of capital is available to do innovations, right? That's number one. Number two, as I said, marrying it with the requirements in the market or the customers or the clients or the consumers, right? having that understanding, at least to be, many times you may not have full understanding, but at least first level of understanding so that you're going in a direction where the innovation will be utilized somewhere else, right? As an example. So I think all of those combining together is super important for such kind of innovations, and I think that's what we continue to do. So
that's fantastic. So looking ahead, how do you see the future of AI transforming industries, and also how is TheNoah.ai prepared to address these changes or incorporating it?
Yeah, I think, look, AI is going to have a massive impact in all cases, scenarios, in one or other way. May not in maybe just 1 year, but maybe in next 10 years. So it's going to be for a long haul. Obviously, there will be some bubbles around it because that's how human cycles are. But I think from a technology standpoint, AI is going to have massive impact. It's going to change the way people think, people work, companies think, companies want their outcomes. I think the expectation of the companies in the businesses will multifold, right? Which means is today, if somebody is expecting, maybe $100 million revenue, with AI, people will expect $200 million revenue. If people were expecting spending $50 million in the cost, with AI, they will expect $10 million cost, right? So I think the requirements and the expectations of the companies will dramatically change with AI. Right, so that's going to cause a lot of disruption and censorship, but obviously it will have its own benefits with the TheNoah.ai, which is what we are marrying, right? So we are saying at the cheapest cost, how can you get maximum benefits, right? How can you go faster? And the TheNoah.ai is ingrained into company use cases, right? So as I said, we started with use cases and then technology, as opposed to other way around, right? So we don't come out, we say, okay, here is a technology or a platform. Go and try to use it wherever you want, right? First of all, companies are anyway struggling where to use AI, and if you go and give that statement, they'll not know, right? So with the TheNoah.ai, we are making sure that we are marrying that benefit by ingraining those use cases and the business outcomes in the platform itself, so that companies can help adopt and experiment and innovate faster, as I was telling earlier as well, right? So, I mean, that's how the TheNoah.ai is helping companies to create that impact in the companies internally as well as externally to their customers and clients as well, whether it's related to cost, revenues, customer experiences, risk, and many more things which they kind of have to do day in, day out, and super important for their own stakeholders also, right? So the TheNoah.ai is exactly thinking that, and is exactly building the same, right? We're not and it's like what Steve Jobs used to say, right? I mean, you think about customer first and then put technology behind it, right? As opposed to other way around. That's exactly the way we're thinking to create that impact. So aligning to impact what they want to create with AI. So
that's insightful. So if you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, like just as you were stepping into entrepreneurship or tech innovation, what would it be?
I think most importantly, be patient, right? I think in my younger self, I was not that patient. That's number one. Number two, it's very, very important to have the right timing and the right opportunity, right? Many times if those things, two things are missed out, then I think a lot of your efforts, hard work goes into vain. I think going after right opportunity, going after a bigger opportunity, and being patient around it, and then building what customer wants. I think these are 3-4 key pieces of advices which I'll go to give to younger myself. I still keep on working very hard, so that doesn't change. I still work at the same speed what it was earlier, so that doesn't change. But yeah, otherwise there's 3-4 things is something which I would advise my younger self. So.
Well said. So this brings us to the end of segment 1. So we'll quickly move on to the segment 2, which is going to be a rapid fire round. So
okay.
Yes. So you have to just give us short and very spontaneous answers. Okay. One word that defines you as a tech leader.
I would say engineer first. That's but yeah, I mean one word. So yeah, just engineer first.
A daily ritual or habit that keeps you innovated and focused?
I would say reading and exercise both, because with exercise, my mind frees up and it allows me to do and think better. And then reading obviously adds up a lot of information to make sure that we are on the right track, right? So yeah, those two things.
That's great. So one misconception about AI that you'd like to clear?
That it's a magic. It is not.
A mentor, book, or quote that has influenced your approach to technology and leadership?
As said, Steve Jobs always, and think customer first and apply technology behind that. So that has always stuck with me. I like the book, by the way, which is The Lean Startup by Eric Rice. It's a wonderful book on how do you achieve maximum by staying lean. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. I mean, we've been very lean team, but building world-class product, what customer wants, and we'll continue that philosophy. I like that book, and it's a great book for a lot of startups also.
That's nice. So what drives you more? Is it the innovation or is it the impact?
Actually, it's both, I said, right? Just tools on a standalone basis may not help, unless you're an Einstein. I'm not an Einstein. So, even by the way, Einstein said that every innovation should have a business impact, by the way. And I go with that quote of his as well. So yeah, I think it's combination of both.
Well said. So if not AI and tech, what other industry would you like to pursue or explore?
I think I remember I was thinking to go to army, by the way. So, I thought if I won't get good marks in my 10th and 12th standard, I'll just go and be with army. So
yeah, I think
that still stays.
Yes.
Yeah, just serve the nation.
Country. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You're doing it right now as well. So yeah, that you're on track, I would say.
Thanks.
So what is your leadership mantra in one sentence?
Be honest, transparent, and hardworking as a leader, right? Because I think those three things will gel well with your team members because they are equally working hard. They've been equally being honest while working with you, hopefully many times. So I think if you can be a leader like that, that will help you to get maximum outcomes of your teams. Will have the right collaboration between you and your teams. And that mindset will go very well with your customers also, by the way, right? So if you're honest, if you're transparent, and if you're hardworking for your customers, getting the right value for them, I think that stays forever with your clients, and client stays forever with you, right? Same goes with your employees as well. So I think that's what I would say from a leadership standpoint. Just be honest, transparent, and hardworking, right? As long as you continue to do that, you'll excel in your leadership any point of time. So.
Yes, I think that's fabulous, and that's what true and successful leadership looks like. So that's great.
Correct. Yeah.
So this brings us to the third segment. Akash, with all of the experience that you've had, 20 plus years, 2 decades, more than 2 decades now. So with all of the experiences, the knowledge that you have, the insights that you have, what is that one piece of advice that you'd like to give to aspiring tech entrepreneurs or emerging leaders who really want to make a mark in the AI field right now, but they're very unsure where do we start?
Yeah, I would recommend them to first look out the opportunities where the opportunities lie. Now with AI, obviously there are a lot of opportunities, right? There's opportunity in healthcare, there's opportunity in education, there is opportunity in social, by the way, also at the same point of time. And there are many more, right? I mean, I can go on. There are opportunities in services segment. Secondly, once you look out and understand the opportunity and its size, marry your own expertise. What expertise do you bring in, right? Now, if you've been doing manufacturing from last 20, 30 years, going into something else will become difficult, by the way, right? Especially if you're young and if you're starting first time, then anyway, it doesn't matter, right? Because you have not got that experience anyway. So I would say marry the expertise what you have. And marry your passion with that, right? When I say passion, what do you really want to do, right? As an example, I mean, do you really like education as a category? As an example, do you really like retail as a category? Do you really like healthcare as a category? I mean, you have to personally like. You should have that liking and passion around that category. So you have to marry that opportunity with your passion of that category, liking what you want. And then thirdly, have some patience. Don't scale too fast. Don't spend too much of money too fast. Accept failures wherever required. Accept it faster. As Paul Graham has said, fail fast is the mantra, right? So to fail fast, you have to accept it, by the way, that you're failing. Otherwise it doesn't. You won't even know. So I think those 3-4 things, and then have the right team along with you. And many times, I think young entrepreneurs think that they can do everything on their own. That's not possible in a startup. So have the right co-founding team, have the right founding team and so forth to support you. So I think those 4 or 5 things are super important, and that's what I would recommend the upcoming tech entrepreneurs in AI. There's a lot of opportunities, just that don't get lost. It's very easy to get lost, by the way, in those AI opportunities right now. So
yeah, I think that those are some really golden piece of advices right there. So Akash, this brings us to the end of the interview. But before we say our goodbyes, I just want to give you a small vote of thanks. So thank you so much for sharing with us your journey, your insights, vision, and leadership that's shaping the future of AI and enterprise innovation. Your story is a remarkable example of how purpose-driven technology and strong leadership can transform businesses and the way they experience innovation. So for all of our viewers, we'll be back with such conversations, spotlighting leaders who are transforming industries and driving the future of enterprise right here on the Enterprise World magazine. Thank you so much, Akash. I wish you all the best for your company and your role, and I hope that you touch new heights of success.
Thank you so much, 𝗃𝗧, and thank you, the Enterprise World, for having me here. Loved the conversation. Looking forward, and thanks for all the kind words and warm wishes. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's our pleasure to have you, and I wish you a very prosperous new year ahead.
Thank you. Same to you.
Yes, thank you. Take care. Bye.
All right. Thanks, 𝗃𝗧.